length in the American League is 2 innings, and he's capable of that. And he's rested and pitching well. He's had, other than one hiccup, he's been solid. We had good news is we had some options there. Stinson's been throwing the ball well. Roster's not an issue. If we need to get somebody who's not on there, if you look at Preston, I always try to give the other organization credit because they know guys better than we do, but there's not going to be many of these 24 pitchers that are here tonight that have a better minor league resume than he does. I'm sure y'all have looked at it, and he's carried it over there. So, he's only had really, one transition to the big leagues, one opportunity. So, we were fortunate, hopefully, to trade for him. Got a pitcher like that with that background with options are hard to find. So we'll see. Obviously Mac was down for a couple of days, and if we're able to present ourselves better next couple of days because of the job Mac did yesterday. And one thing with long relievers, just can't implode. They've got to, and that's what Mac didn't do yesterday, and that's why he's valuable up here. We still think he's got a chance to be a starter. He's going to go down there and start, the way I understand it. So, especially with Detroit being as right-handed as they are. That's why I wanted to try to use both left-handers yesterday. Troy threw the ball well yesterday. As good as I've seen him in a while.
I know Carlson threw Saturday, but is he becoming more of an option for you guys?
That was some pretty serious stuff. We didn't want to be the oblique, but also the other medical issue he had. So that's behind him. I was reading the medicals before I came down here that he felt good today after pitching Saturday and yesterday. So, now that he's back healthy again, but we look at all our starters down there as options. Obviously, he's pitching well.
Steve Johnson back to where he needs to be as far as
real close. He would have been, he had 89 pitches, I think, with limited rest. He was right on the cusp. I just didn't think he was rested well enough, especially coming off what he had. It's not fair to his arm to jumpstart that, but he's an option. He was an option too.
Speaking of the roster moves, are you guys any closer to making a decision on Almanzar?
Not that I know of. That would be a question for Dan. No, I don't know any information on that today. I can find out. I'm sure Jeff can get a hold of Dan. University of Arizona, Roseville, California. You know where that is? Sacramento, isn't it?
Near Sacramento. Right next to Sacramento.
Beautiful area.
We know that because he told us.
I know that because I asked him. I don't want to look like I know that. U of A, the athletic director at U of A came from Mississippi State. He didn't know him. Gilmet, right? What is that? French? Joe?
If it was Gilmet, it would be French, but it's not. It's Gilmet, right? Am I right?
I don't know. What do you think it is? Let's guess before we ask him. English?
So yesterday you were talking about the difference between come to the rescue guys and guys who can really fill in for the long term. Clevenger is going to have a unique opportunity over the next few years. And catching, being a full-time catcher is obviously a whole lot different than being a full-time first baseman for the first time. What does he have to show you? What does he need to do?
He's got to have some retention skills, being able to retain information, and from day to day, from series to series, be somebody you can trust defensively. It's a pretty good test for him yesterday after an extra inning game and playing a day game the next day. But as John Russell said, he's had plenty of rest, but just to call a game, catching, gaining the confidence of the pitching staff. What he does offensively is a plus. If it happens, But I just want him to be somebody we feel like can call a game and not have, create confidence with the pitchers. I was looking at the pace of game thing yesterday that came out. They update us. I think we're second in all of baseball in the least amount of time between pitches, which is a direct testament to Matt and their confidence in him, I think. And when you look at who's last, the slowest, those top two or three, there's common denominators. So hopefully, Stevie and Caleb can develop that. But it comes from John's involved, Russell's involved in every advanced meeting with them, and he sits down with them. I mean, he went through Clev's outing with him pitch by pitch the other day, and there's a lot of retention ability. You have to be able to retain a lot of information. It's like Caleb was talking about how fast the game moves. He said physically it's a challenge in the minor leagues. Mentally it's not, but he said up here the mental challenge is more than the physical. Between throwovers and pitch outs and bunt defense and understanding situations, that's really comes into play. But they're capable of getting it.
Have you seen any strides in Steve defensively, Clevenger defensively, since you guys got him?
You know what, Dan? It's not like we had some long track record with him. It wasn't like we had 3 or 4 years in the minor leagues and I had a lot of quality people telling me what to expect and where it's going to go. He's been, I wouldn't say a surprise or pleasantly surprised. I would just say that there was some unknown and he's, exceeded some expectations. I shouldn't say expectations, just, spring training, we were very happy that we thought he could be that guy. He was really engaged in catching. And wasn't, we've had some guys in the past in that role that was all about their offense. They were driving in one and letting in 2 or 3 by their decisions. So, I think as we familiarize ourselves, and there's still some unknown with him. What's it going to be like to catch 5-6 days in a row? But like, Rich was saying, a lot of them in that come to the rescue, back up. All of a sudden you play for a couple days and everybody says, wow, this guy's... Then all of a sudden the water's part and he's that guy. Sometimes different people show up. We'll see. So far, so good.